Welcome to watch the gearbox drive shaft replacement video. These are the accessories we need to replace. First, let's remove the wheels. There's a screw here in the bearing. Next, we need to use a flat screwdriver to remove it. If it is accidentally lost, do not worry. When replacing a new bearing, it will not be used again. When disassembling, it is important to note that there is a small steel ball underneath the screw. Before disassembling the gearbox, we need to release the lubricating oil inside the gearbox. First, remove the screw from the oil filling port. Then, remove the gearbox guard plate. Open the oil port again. Release the lubricating oil from the gearbox completely. We started removing the fixing screws in the gearbox. There are 3 long ones on the front to secure the motor bracket, and 2 on the back to secure the gearbox. We can use the long screws of the motor bracket to screw them onto the holes on the back of the gearbox, and use a rubber hammer to strike them. This method is suitable for various short screw holes. Note that only tighten the screws until they are flush. Follow the above steps to diagonally tap each short screw hole until there is a noticeable split in the middle of the gearbox before stopping the operation. Feeling difficult to open, non-metallic objects can be used to pry open the gearbox. Remove all screws and separate the gearbox. It is recommended to use gear cleaning agent to clean the dismantled gearbox. It is recommended to clean the gears, bearings, etc. The gears may come off during disassembly, which is a normal phenomenon, but it is important to remind everyone to keep some of the washers on the gears safe. After cleaning, use a cloth to wipe it clean. Using non-metallic materials, clean the residual adhesive at the edges of the gearbox. Both sides of the gearbox should be clean. To ensure future sealing performance, please be patient in cleaning. Clean again, take out the drive shaft and note that there is a cushion block on the drive shaft. After removing the cushion block, reinstall it on the new drive shaft. When installing it on the gear, pay attention to the corresponding notch on the gear. Install the bearings and reposition the drive shaft. There will be a small gasket on the gear connected to the drive shaft. Remember to check and do not lose it. Please refer to the video sequence to install the remaining gears inside the gearbox, which will be more convenient to install. Before returning to the gearbox, please make sure to clean the rubber groove again. The refreshing rubber groove is beneficial for the sealing of the gearbox. Fill the adhesive groove with organic silicone sealant, such as K704. After filling, start merging the gearbox and align it with the D-shaped groove between the motor drive shaft and the gear during installation. Install according to the disassembly sequence and tighten all fixing screws. After tightening, remember to wipe off any spilled adhesive to ensure its tightness. If your gearbox is in the maintenance phase, it is recommended to clean the oil drain bolts. After cleaning, return the oil drain bolt to its original position and tighten it. After waiting for 10 minutes, open the vent hole of the gearbox. Add gearbox oil into the oil filling port, and the type can be SA20W, SA10W, or iOS 150, ISO 220, ISO 320. You can use the small oil bottle inside the gearbox kit to fill the oil. Stop refueling when the gearbox oil starts to overflow from the vent hole. First, tighten the oil inlet screw. Then wipe off excess gear oil from the vent hole and tighten the vent hole screw. After installation, let it stand for 30 minutes and observe if there is any oil leakage. If oil leakage occurs, it indicates that there is a problem with the colloid seal and needs to be cleaned and glued again. Install the spacer blocks on both sides of the drive shaft. There will be a notch on the new flange and drive shaft, which needs to be aligned with the notch during installation. Use fixing screws to secure from the gap. Next, install the flange soft rubber pad. Install the tire and secure it properly. After the installation of the gearbox drive shaft is completed, the excess parts are certified. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.